Fanatics isn't just our name, it's who we are. Loyal, passionate fans dedicated to our favorite teams and to the sports we love. That's why we're honored to be able to offer fans the world's largest collection of official sports apparel and sports jerseys from all leagues, teams, and players you love. We feature a wide selection of gear from every league, including the NFL, MLB, NBA, NHL, and NCAA merchandise, which allows us to serve fans of football, baseball, hockey, basketball, lacrosse, soccer, golf, and, well, everything else that gets your heart pumping. Go to fanatics.com by using the QR code on your screen right now to celebrate your teams. That's fanatics.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Discover our collection of handcrafted candles. That's right, every product is thoughtfully created in small batches free from harmful toxins for mindful everyday indulgence. Our candles are hand-poured in coconut soy wax with natural wood wicks, offering a long-lasting burn and rich fragrances. Create a cozy, safe ambiance for your home with candles from Alley Rose Fragrances. First-time customers use the promo code InsideEdge20 to receive 20% off your order. AlleyRoseFragrances.com, proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Podcast Network.
Good morning, Inside Edge Network. It's the morning show. I'm your host, Omar Claussell Jr. We got a big one for you today. If you lived under a rock, or maybe just don't like soccer, you should have seen the World Cup Open. It was an exciting match. You had Mexico versus South Africa to kick off the event. They had it in Mexico City. Oh, man, those crowds were insane. You could absolutely feel the energy, watching those games, and especially that first one in Mexico. You have Mexico playing against South Africa, and you could really tell that the Mexican crowd did not want these guys to let up at all. So exciting. I will have World Cup coverage for you throughout the show. So stay tuned for that. We also have some NHL Finals reaction. I'll touch on it just a tad. And we'll get you going for this finals game here coming up. Let's see here. What else do we got today? For everything you missed last night, we'll be digging into that flocked camera situation again. Wanted to hit on it yesterday, but didn't get to it. So we'll talk about it a little today. There's also an anti-aging drug that's out, but don't expect it to work miracles, if you know what I mean. And also there's a really it's really bad. It's going to be terrible. There's an El Nino coming, and they're predicting it's going to be one of the worst that there's been in a while. So don't like to hear that. It's going to bring major storms, and you don't want that. New release Friday. That's the segment that we're going to do in the back half. I'll be talking about some albums releasing, some movies that just released today. I'm going to pick up some records, and I'll talk to you later on about which ones they are, but I'll be visiting my guy Fat Hippie today later on, just to go pick up some vinyl that just released. And later on down the road, we might have some movie talk. So jam-packed one today. So let's get this thing started with World Cup. I'm a big soccer guy, so I'm going to start there. Mexico versus South Africa was electric. They started off the ceremony with, they always do a great job, FIFA. with their performers, and they really brought it. The theme or the anthem for this year was really good. I thought it was well done. When they brought out the American flag, people in the crowd were not happy. Yeah, unfortunately, our flag got booed. You hate to see it. You hate to see it. The match itself, though, was electric. You had Mexico versus South Africa, and like I alluded to earlier, the Mexican crowd did not want this team to let up at all. If you go back and watch the highlights, they don't tell you the full picture, right? You're seeing major events that happened in the match. You're not getting the full story. South Africa, I mean, they looked outclassed. Mexico is just too strong of a team right now, I think, and they looked sharp. They looked deadly. I think they're going to be remiss that they didn't capitalize on other chances that they had, because goal differential is going to be a major thing that comes up. Maybe not as much as in previous World Cups, because there is a new round of 32, so there's more teams that could get into the next round. So it's a little easier this year. The path is a little easier. You just have to play more games, which shouldn't be too much of an issue. Mexico is going to be dangerous, though. They really are. They got 2 goals up on South Africa. They're +2 in goal differential, which you love to see it, right? You love to see it. You want to get as many goals as you can. Goal differential ends up mattering in points, right? So the point system, you win a game, you get 3 points. You tie a game, you get 1 point. You lose a game, you get none. Okay? So things could happen where, people are tied up in points, but that goal differential is going to be that separator. It's going to be that thing that, get you into the next round, or, so this tournament really rewards clean play. The more clean sheets you can get in a game, or in a row, with multiple games, the better, because you don't want to drop goal differential. You do not. It's important. Okay, want to tell you about Korea versus Czechia. Korea versus Czechia was an exciting one, right? You had Czechia, who haven't been to the World Cup in a while, and Korea, they're World Cup staples. They're like royalty at this point. They're expected to make a push, get into the round of 16, maybe even the round of 8. You never know with this team. They're a lot of their players play internationally, and same with Czechia. You got some really really good stars on this team, and both of these teams came out and battled. Like, that last 5 minutes was some of the intense football I've seen in a minute. And only the World Cup is going to bring it, because these games mean everything to these players, right? They're going to, if their heart is in it and in the right place, they're going to give blood, sweat, and tears every time they step onto that pitch. And you know what? I get to sit there and watch it, and it's going to be exciting. So yeah, Korea versus Czechia, much more evenly matched than Mexico versus South Africa. Much more enjoyable to watch. Yeah, Korea gets the win 2-1 over Czechia. And, Czechia was looking to equalize that thing late. So that would have went into extra time. That would have been insane. But yeah, Czechia, man, they go down, they get no points. They're down 1 in goal differential, but that really shouldn't matter to them. They played well. They should keep their heads high. They fought a really good Korea team. Like this team, like I said in previous World Cups, and the expectations for this Korea team is pretty high. So this team they're no slouches. So yeah, Czechia. This Group A it's gonna be fun, right? We just watched all the teams play in Group A. I mean, the heavy favorites right now, it's got to be Mexico, right? Mexico and Korea, with Czechia, and I would put South Africa probably at the tail end of that group. Who gets in? Who knows? I mean, we still have to see everybody else shake out and see how it goes. So, Group A, fun to watch. Fun to watch. So later on today, we're going to have. Let's see here. Canada's going to be playing. Bosnia Herzegovina. That'll be a fun one. We get to see another one of the host teams for this World Cup. Canada's a strong team. A lot of expectations on them as well to do well. It'll be a fun one. That one's today at 3, I believe. Yeah, 3 p.m. So don't miss it. I'm pretty sure all these games are streamed on Fox Sports. That's where I found it yesterday. So Tubi was in partnership with Fox. I think they had the first game for free. So I checked it out on Tubi. It was kind of cool. But yeah, all the games are on Fox. You can find them. Check them out. You got the U.S. men's national team playing tonight around 9 o'clock. And that's against Paraguay. Do not underestimate these teams in our group. That's what I will say. My biggest thing, and I've had conversations with Double A. It's just, what are my expectations for this group? I just want them to get out of the group stage. We haven't been able to do that in World Cups previously, and it's fundamental. You want to be the best. You have to break through. You have to get into the tournament proper. And with them expanding this tournament, I think it's going to make it easier for them to get to that group or to that stage of 32. We just have to see what team shows up, honestly. I'll have more coverage of the men's national team later on with Double A Anthony Alfred on Midnight Run. Eli, I want to get your thoughts on some NBA Finals. I know you sat down with Emmett Golden the other day. I want to get your thoughts on, what he had to say and, what we're looking forward to for this next game here coming up.
Yeah, so we had to talk a ton of NBA Finals. We more so talked Cavs and Browns with Emmett.
Sure.
But we did discuss the NBA Finals. We just talked about how Game 4 was pivotal for either team. He felt that if the Knicks won Game 4, then they would win the series. And if the Spurs won, then it was a completely different series. So based off what Emmett was saying, it seems like
before you get started, what did he say about the Cavs?
Yeah, so let me pivot here. So then,
yeah, you just real quick pivot to the Cavs. I'm kind of interested.
Yeah, so the Cavaliers, you talked about big game hunting. You talked about going out and getting a superstar and going out and finding somebody to impact the roster. Gotcha.
Yeah, ain't that the truth? We need somebody. All right, back to the finals. Spurs, Knicks. What do you got?
As far as what I think about the game tonight?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. So what I think is obviously the Spurs are on a game tomorrow. The Spurs are in a position where they have 2 at home. They have 1 in New York City, so they have to take care of home court. They have to find a way to eliminate the turnovers in the fourth quarter, eliminate stupid plays, and that's just going to come down to the guys that got them there. They have Victor Wembanyama. You can't afford to miss a pair of free throws at the end of the game. If you're De'Aaron Fox, you got to know where you're at on the floor and what the time looks like. and they just got to keep getting Dylan Harper involved. He's probably playing the most consistently out of any Spur right now on that team. So I would say, that's the biggest key tomorrow night for the Spurs is taking care of the basketball and not getting complacent. They just let off the gas. They were up 29 points and they let off the gas. So they just have to take care of the basketball better. They have to really just play 4 quarters of good basketball, great basketball. That's what it's going to take. And they got to just take it one game at a time. When you're down 3-1, you can't look at it, okay, I'm down 3-1. You have 2 in San Antonio, 1 in New York. You've been close 2 times in New York to getting a win on Madison Square Garden. So if they just take care of the basketball, if they can do the right things, get Dylan Harper more involved, lean into him more. If he has to play 42 minutes, he has to play 42 minutes. But they have to use the guys that are actually contributing. Keldon Johnson's been a non-factor for the Spurs, so he hasn't really done much. Stephon Castle's had a few good games, so I would definitely see what's going on there. But even maybe moving Dylan Harper to the starting lineup, giving him as many minutes as possible, because clearly De'Aaron Fox just appears the moment's a little too big for him right now. He's played very inconsistently, so that's the thing there. As far as the Knicks, they're playing with a lot of emotion right now, and there's going to be a lot of emotion because they're 1 win away from their first championship since 1973. This is a team that has went through a lot of hurdles. They've had a coaching change last offseason with Tom Thibodeau and Mike Brown. They brought in Cat 2 seasons ago from the trade with Julius Randle to Minnesota. So there's a lot riding on this team too, and they understand that this is their moment. So I'm just going to look for more efficiency out of Jalen Brunson, and I'm going to look for some big games out of Cat and OG Anunoby. OG Anunoby right now is being discussed as the finals MVP if it ended today based off his block the other night.
I mean, that block was magical. People are talking Knicks fans and New Yorkers in general are just saying it was like a biblical thing. The hand of God reached out and helped OG get that tip in. Yeah, dude, insane. Insane. OG's had like his performance this finals has been out of this world. And yeah, he stepped up. And, you wanted to see that from, more out of the Spurs, but,
let's not forget, but let's not put OG in that same category as the Spurs, though, because OG Anunoby's an NBA champion. He won a championship with Toronto. He's one of the best two-way players in the league. I've been very high on OG Anunoby since really his second year in the league. He is all NBA defense. All second team All NBA defense. He's probably one of the best two-way players in the game. I'm not saying he's one of the best players, but when it comes to consistency on both ends of the floor, OG gives you that. And more than likely, it's typically around 15 to 17 points. He's up that ante to 28 points, 31 points, making those big moments that have helped put the Knicks in this position. So I understand what you're saying. That's what we're looking for out of the Spurs. But the Spurs have never been in this moment. Wembanyama, Castle, Harper, Fox, they've never been in this moment. Mitch Johnson, the head coach of the Spurs, never been in this moment. They have the alumni that can help guide them to, hey, here's what you should do to pivot, to get better, to be able to now come back from 3-1. But I think that's one of the most unspoken things is the Knicks have somebody in their starting lineup that has actually done it, has actually won the finals and knows what he's doing. Now, granted, at that time in Toronto, excuse me, at that time in Toronto, they had Kawhi Leonard leading the charge. They had Pascal Siakam. They had Fred VanVleet on that team. They had a lot of guys, and OG was a younger guy.
Yeah, but you couldn't choose a better group to learn from and grow from,
Yeah. I mean, they were led by Kawhi Leonard. And OG is just that guy. So, I mean, when the Knicks traded for him, a lot of people were confused because the Knicks traded R.J. Barrett, Emmanuel Quickley. And R.J. Barrett was growing into becoming somebody good for the Knicks. And he's doing well in Toronto. And then Emmanuel Quickley is one of the better bench players, always a consideration for Sixth Man of the Year. He is a guy who's, when he's healthy, and that's why we talked about the Cavaliers, when they were playing against, in the first round, they were playing against Toronto. We were having a conversation about Emmanuel Quickley not being in that series and how much that impacted. So when the Knicks traded Quickley and Barrett and they gave up what they gave up to go get OG Anunoby, there were some skeptics out there like, is this really the guy that's going to put them over the hump? Now, granted, it wasn't the guy that put them over the hump. They had to go out and make some other moves. They had to bring in Mikal Bridges and see how he can help. They had to bring in Karl Anthony Towns. But OG Anunoby is really helping shape his career into a different level. And he's still young enough to where, I don't know. Let's follow and see. I mean, if the Knicks can get it done, he gets another championship. We're talking about a 2-time NBA champion, a guy who might win finals MVP. He's 28 years old. He'll turn 29 in July. So he's still got a lot of basketball left to be played. I just think it's very understated how important he is.
Yeah, no, completely agree. And you can tell. You can tell on the court. So ball don't lie.
Yep, absolutely. I'm with you.
All right. Real quick. Carolina and Vegas, right? That series is getting crazy. Carolina pulled out another one. Carter Hart is now the first ever goalie to allow 4+ goals in 5 straight Stanley Cup Finals games. What's going on with Vegas and their defense?
They're not stopping goals. Yeah, they're not stopping goals.
There we go.
Yeah, I mean, this series has just been back and forth. You know, if you want some super expert analysis, as you know, I've been on Inside Edge Primetime, so I haven't had a chance to watch many of the games. So I would lean on you there. But what I would say is, yeah, they're just not. Their back line isn't stopping what Carolina's doing. Carolina's an aggressive team to begin with. They've come back down from a 4-0 deficit before, so they can score in a hurry and score in a flurry, and that's what they've been doing against Vegas. So Vegas, and you wonder where John Tortorella, the head coach of the Vegas Golden Knights, is at. You know, they asked him about if he would consider a goalie change in the third period yesterday. He said it was the stupidest question he's ever heard. So just different things. You know, you wonder how Vegas is going to respond. They're in a position now where they have to. They're going to lean on Mitch Marner and some of those other guys. But it's really going to come down to Marner. I mean, he had the fastest hat trick in Stanley Cup final history. I think he's going to be the one that had to lead Vegas, and it might turn into the 5-4 games, 6-5 games. It's just going to be a shootout between Vegas and Carolina.
Yeah, definitely. At least we have one finals going to 7. All right. When we come back,
we'll see. Yeah,
that's
see. That is a bold take because it could end in 6.
It could.
And Vegas has done it before. I mean, Vegas is that team that has the experience. Carolina hasn't won a Stanley Cup in 20 years, I believe, and Vegas just won one 3 years ago. So we'll see. We'll see if the experience there. A little bit of a different team with Vegas and a different coach and all that jazz, but we'll see what happens there.
Completely retooled, but they were just there. So
yeah, absolutely.
All right. Yes, good stuff, Eli. Thank you for hopping on. When we come back, it's everything you missed from last night. Stick with us. Got some cool stuff. We're going to be talking about some things that dropped today. Inside Edge Net. You can follow us on all the socials: Facebook, Instagram, X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. And IG and TikTok. So we're on everything. So make sure you like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. That gets you hip to all the programming that we have here for you. Monday through Friday, you got me 9 to 11. Right after me, you have Kyle Cornell from 5 to 6. You get Inside Edge Prime Time with Eli Mood and Chad Bryan, and also the Midnight Run with AA Anthony Alford. So a lot of good programming, and we do have a new show coming up. I want to shout her out, Autumn. She's been on the network. She does Jersey Chasers. Great stuff from Autumn. She does have a new show that's going to be in between that 10 and 11 hour, between prime time and midnight run. Let me just make sure I got this right. Don't want to screw it up. Let's see. Autumn. Oh, yeah. The Daily Spiral. And what a name, right? The Daily Spiral. That'll be 11 to 12 with Autumn Chisholm. One of my favorite students. Great worker. She puts her head down. She's the perfect fit for that hour. And, just having those two shows intermingle and come together with that third show in the middle, it's going to be great. So stay tuned. Check us out. Like I said, subscribe. That'll get you hip to anytime we go live. So when we come back, I'll have everything you missed while you were asleep. We'll be right back.
Find us on InsideEdgeNetwork.com for the latest information on your favorite shows, personalities, and network partners. Plus, guess what? We have a merch shop. That's right, we have network polos, t-shirts, champion jackets, hats, and bottles. Rep the network. Every purchase supports independent sports and entertainment media. Use the QR code on your screen right now to check out InsideEdgeNetwork.com. That's InsideEdgeNetwork.com. Clean energy, bold flavors, and no jitters. See why people won't shut up about Dubby. Clean energy, no jitters or crash. Whether you're starting your workday or getting ready to exercise, W Energy helps you lock in and focus. With over 15 flavors to choose from, you can't miss. Order W Energy right now by using the QR code on your screen and use the promo code InsideEdge10 to receive 10% off your order. W Energy, your energy-focused sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Mosser Moments Photography is a husband and wife wedding photography team based in Cleveland, owned and operated by Inside Edge Network's very own Ryan Mosser and his wife, Hallie. For the past 10 years, they've captured more than 100 weddings across Northeast Ohio and beyond, always working together as a true two-person team. Their style centers on authentic, emotional storytelling, documenting the real moments between two people in love and creating images that feel natural, comfortable, and true to the couple. Rooted in Northern Ohio but inspired by their travels, Ryan and Hallie bring a warm, personal approach to every wedding day. Their work blends experience, consistency, and a genuine passion for helping couples relive their best day through timeless photography. Learn more at MosserMomentsPhotography.com by using the QR code on your screen right now. MosserMomentsPhotography.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Whether searching for a baseball autographed by your favorite World Series slugger, a signed football by an iconic Hall of Famer, or the jersey of a world-famous soccer star, you've come to the right place. Here at SportsMemorabilia.com, the web's leading source of authentic sports memorabilia, you'll find more than 500,000 authentic products from nearly every professional sports league, team, and players. Not only will you find your next prized sports possession with ease thanks to superb customer service and tremendous site experience, you'll have the satisfaction and peace of mind that every product listed comes complete with a certificate of authenticity and is fully backed by the SportsMemorabilia.com lifetime authenticity guarantee. Go to SportsMemorabilia.com by using the QR code on your screen right now. SportsMemorabilia.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Podcast Network, Cleveland's digital leader.
I promise that competition is not a bad thing. Shador Sanders has some comments that about the way we look at things is, you guys look at this competition. We look at things as being better teammates. The better teammate part is fine, but we got to stop looking at competition as a bad thing. We all thrive. We all need competition in our lives. So I got a little fired up over that. Plus, I might have been fired up because I ate terribly yesterday. Instead of cooking real dinner, I had junk food. So I lost in competition with myself. But you know who will not lose in competition? Team USA. All props to Team USA as they compete tonight in the World Cup. Hopefully they get a W. We'll talk about it coming up later tonight on Midnight Run, special post-game coverage, and a time-traveling edition of Midnight Conversations. Hope you tune in later on tonight.
Yes, indeed. Very special edition of Midnight Run. I will be on. Eli and I are going to do a post-game show for the men's national team. And, I'll be on. We're going to be talking a little bit about time travel, and you won't want to miss it. So make sure you stay tuned. Midnight Run with Double A Anthony Alford later on tonight after the World Cup. It'll be a fun one. I recently watched another movie before we get to, everything you missed last night. It was, hang on, let me see here. You know what? I'll tease it in the second hour. You'll have to wait. So, you know what? We'll just get right into it. The flock cameras, right? I brought it up the last time a couple days ago on everything you missed while you were sleeping. Brunswick, they're trying to get rid of these flock cameras. They don't want this massive surveillance, right? So a video recently came out from the guardrail guy. If you don't know the guardrail guy, it was a dad who, turned his daughter's death into like a national safety crusade, right? He goes around the country, looks for, things that aren't installed properly on sides of the road. So, other, people or, children could, avoid these preventable deaths, right? Because if the systems work that are in place and they're installed properly, they'll do their jobs properly. And if they're not, you're going to have all these deaths, and it's not going to be good. So yes, he posted a video the other day, basically examining all these flock cameras, and he compared it to how things are supposed to be mounted and posted on the side of the road, and these flock cameras are just willy-nilly just posted wherever. They're all privately owned, so whoever came out and decided that they could put all these in the ground, they're like, all right, just go stick them in, right? There's no base to it or anything like that. There's no the standard is not being followed for roadside safety. So these flock cameras can basically turn into spears. It's a lethal spear. You crash into this thing, it's not buried in the ground properly, there's no base to it. It's going to come flying into your windshield, man. You hit one of these things, you don't know what's going to happen. It's not safe. These things aren't safe. There should be regulations against this. And, I don't see enough cities doing anything about this. They just want, they want to do all these contracts and, have all this data, right? All this information on us, instead of actually keeping us safe. It really, really pisses me off. So shout out the guardrail guy, doing great work as always. Flock's got to do better, dude. They really have to. In other news that you might have missed while you were sleeping, the first human trial of a reverse aging drug begins. So scientists are injecting their ER100 drug into the eye of a patient suffering from glaucoma, of all things, attempting to rejuvenate cells in the optic nerve to restore sight. So Life Biosciences is hoping to use this technology known as cellular reprogramming on other organs like the liver and maybe someday the brain. So what they're doing is, instead of, it's like a 100% like, oh, I'm going to be like 10 years younger type deal. It's no, we're going to focus in on individual organs, make them better. We'll see what happens. So yeah, this trial is still in the beginning stage. Really cool stuff, man. Really cool stuff. I love science. I love bringing news and positive things like this into the world instead of AI and surveillance and all that other crap. So this and the little tiny robot the size of a seed, that kind of stuff, that I love it. All right. The El Nino is here. The El Nino. Scientists fear it will be big, bad, and costly with heat, floods, droughts, and fires. I mean, El Ninos are always chaotic, right? Always chaotic. It's expected to warm everything up. The water's already hot because of global warming. It's just going to make everything worse. There's a 63% chance that this El Nino will get so intense late fall and early winter that it would rank among the largest El Nino events in historical record going back to 1950. So basically, the deep warm waters of an El Nino affect weather by bringing patterns of a lot of extra heat to the surface, fueling a lot of extreme events for a lot of places in the world. So this is especially going to hit the Pacific really bad. So you're thinking Hawaii, Australia, you know, but it can also help other places as well, right? Um, so the U.S. East and Gulf Coast is obviously going to get a break from this. The El Nino is in the Pacific, right? But Middle East could benefit, right? Other places are looking at a lot more danger, like I alluded to, like Australia, right? Wildfire, heat, drought, all these things are going to be more intense. Parts of Southern America, where the first El Ninos were noticed decades long ago, often get heavy rain and floods, right? With an extra warm summer. Northeastern Africa is going to be like whiplashed from like intense drought to like dangerously heavy rains. It can be insane. So you're probably going to hear a lot more news about the El Nino later on in the year, but the signs are here, man. The signs are here. Okay. Want to shout out something real quick. Let's see here. Cleveland Pro Soccer launched a World Cup passport program. It encourages fans to visit local bars and restaurants and matches during the tournament. So you can pick up one of these passports for free. You can go to their website and pick it up. And it basically, let's see here. It gives you a chance to win some cool stuff, right? You sign up, you tell them what you're most interested in, and they'll give you a passport. And basically, you can go around to different venues and bars. Centro Via 25, Crowley's, Iggy's, Mary Arts, Mosaic Brewing. My favorite place to watch matches, the Old Angle Tavern. If you've ever been to Old Angle, you'll know it's legit. You want to go watch soccer. I'm a Man U fan. They usually play a lot of Man U there. So I always go to Old Angle Tavern for any soccer thing, any soccer meetup. It's great. If you've never been, check it out. It's fun. So if you're looking for some places to go see this match, you get Saucy Brew Works, you got Whistle. Get your passport. Go ahead and check out some of these local spots. You might get some deals. You might get some cool swag. So check it out. Cleveland Soccer, clevelandprosoccer.com. You can find more information about all the bars, more about the program in itself. Pretty cool, right? I like that idea. It only encourages people to go out and, get in their community, support these local businesses, right? Go out and get out there. And that's pretty much everything you missed from last night. There's something that I completely missed that I want to bring up. And we'll get more into it in the community segment. How about that? We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have community chat. We'll have some really, really fun videos that I got for you. One of my favorite Cleveland creators, Domingo Kite. He does music. He does videos. He's pretty funny. He's a pretty funny guy. He's great on Instagram. So we'll have some of his reaction to, just Cleveland suburbs in general, right? He has a great take. So when we come back, we'll have some community chat for you. Make sure you tune in, stick with us, get involved in our chat, because I will be talking to you, the chat. So Inside Edge Network Morning Show. We'll be right back.
Discover our collection of body mists made with clean, minimal ingredients. Handcrafted with natural essential oils and clean ingredients, they offer a natural alternative to synthetic fragrances. Perfect for sensitive skin and those seeking clean, mindful self-care, and the perfect gift for you or your special someone. Courtesy of Alley Rose Fragrances. First-time customers, use that promo code InsideEdge20 to receive 20% off your order. AlleyRoseFragrances.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Find us on InsideEdgeNetwork.com for the latest information on your favorite shows, personalities, and network partners. Plus, guess what? We have a merch shop. That's right, we have network polos, t-shirts, champion jackets, hats, and bottles. Rep the network. Every purchase supports independent sports and entertainment media. Use the QR code on your screen right now to check out InsideEdgeNetwork.com. That's InsideEdgeNetwork.com. Fanatics isn't just our name, it's who we are. Loyal, passionate fans dedicated to our favorite teams and to the sports we love. That's why we're honored to be able to offer fans the world's largest collection of official sports apparel and sports jerseys from all leagues, teams, and players you love. We feature a wide selection of gear from every league, including the NFL, MLB, NBA, NHL, and NCAA merchandise, which allows us to serve fans of football, baseball, hockey, basketball, lacrosse, soccer, golf, and, well, everything else that gets your heart pumping. Go to Fanatics.com by using the QR code on your screen right now to celebrate your teams. That's Fanatics.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Awesome Unfiltered today, guys. Talked about a lot with the one and only Jake Underwood. Everything from the Iran situation to hilarious schools and that paid to participate. Make sure you guys check that out. Hey, tomorrow we are going to get into a lot, including a big-time professional golfer getting kicked out of a club. And it is time, the Unfiltered meme of the week. To wrap up your weekend, we're going to have the results, the top three from you, the fans, and from the personalities here at Inside Edge Network. All that and more coming up, Unfiltered with Kyle Cornell here on your Friday, 5 p.m., all along the Inside Edge Network.
Welcome back, Inside Edge Morning Show. Got some fun things for you today for the community chat. Cleveland Magazine recently released their top 25 suburbs of 2026. Wadsworth did not make the list. Medina did, though. That's good. I used to live in Medina. It's fun. I lived right over by the square. Really easy to get to everything. The square is pretty nice in Medina. If you've never been to Medina, go check it out. There's some cool things to do over there. They have like if you're big into Christmas, there's like a whole Christmas themed thing that's open 24/7. There's like alien mini golf. There's a what's it? Oh, it's gonna bug me if I don't get it. There's Blackbird Records over there. There's a Courthouse Pizza. There's plenty of things to do over there. So I had fun living in Medina. Like I said, I lived right off of the square, so I could go to Cool Beans and get a coffee one day, or I could, stop into one of these local shops and just see what they have going on. Because I was so close to the square, Medina does events all the time. All the time, but mainly during the weekends. They do a farmers market, and they're always having art events. Really big on getting out there to these community events. You're just supporting your local businesses. You're supporting the people in your community that make a difference. It's always fun. So let's look at this list. Eli, let me get you on screen, buddy. We're gonna talk about this list of top 25 suburbs.
All right.
How you doing, pal?
I'm good.
All right. So Parma did not make this list.
Okay.
Parma did not make this list, buddy.
Does not bug me in the slightest, pal.
All right. So this list was curated based on safety, education, walkability, and environment. Leading off, number one, we have Chagrin Falls. Chagrin Falls. I don't. If you've ever been to Chagrin Falls, it's a really nice area. It's on the east side. They have this big waterfall. You can go down and check it out. There's plenty of great businesses. Their strip is very walkable, very bikeable, very accessible area. Chagrin Falls. Eli, have you ever been to Chagrin Falls?
Yeah, I've been out there a few times. I can't say I'm like a regular, but yeah, I've been out there.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. Number two, you have Rocky River. Rocky River is a really nice area over on the west side, kind of like the opposite end of Cleveland. So you get Chagrin Falls and you get Rocky River, right? These are the two places that kind of everybody wants to be.
Mm-hmm.
Rocky River's again a really nice area. You're right by the lake. You got some really cool local businesses. You're right there by Lakewood and everything like that. Really, really nice area.
Yeah, absolutely.
Number three, you got Pepper Pike, you got Hinckley, and then Bay Village to wrap out that top five. Richfield at number 6, which kind of surprises me a little bit. You wouldn't think like Richfield. When I think of Richfield, right? All I think of is the Richfield Coliseum, and you know how that's an empty field right now. But like, driving into Richfield, I mean, it is really nice. It is really nice. I'm not gonna lie. Number 7, you get Brecksville. Brecksville is a really good area too. It's just south of Independence. Really, really, really cool. You're like right in with the national park over in that area. So you have a lot of cool things to check out. Brecksville has a really cool library too. If you've ever been there, it's really fun. I took MJ there a couple times. There's like a nice pond there. You can go sit. They have benches. It's really good. Their kid area is always clean, always nice. I've never had an issue there. Brecksville's a really nice area, man. I used to back when I first moved to Cleveland, I used to cut grass all the time, and I had a few clients over in Brecksville, and it's a really nice area. The houses are nice. The schools are nice. You can pretty much walk to everything. They're pretty set up for safety there. When it comes to the rest of the list, I'm just gonna rattle these off for you real quick. You get Solon, Bath, Moreland Heights, Kirtland, Highland Heights, Hudson, Aurora, Broadview Heights. So Hudson, Aurora area, I mean, you have to feel for the people in Aurora, right? I mean, they have they lost out on Geauga Lake, but ever since they got rid of it and kind of figured out what to do after they did, they put in that mire. They have all those apartments right next to it. It's really coming back. It's a really cool area. If you've never been to Aurora, I mean, like I mentioned previously, it used to be where Geauga Lake was. So the infrastructure and the accessibility is still there. You're just getting more innovation, more renovation, and they're actually talking about taking that SeaWorld and making it into a park. And they're gonna renovate all that, and bring back a pool for Aurora. So that'll be pretty neat and something to look out for.
Absolutely, that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. All right.
Number 16, you got Broadview Heights, and then we get into Orange. Orange is a fun place, man. Have you ever been to like Orange area?
I mean, I'm sure. I mean, I just not a regular at a lot, some of these places,
Yeah, I feel it. I used to go hang out in Orange all the time. There's a really cool place that you can go bowl actually, where and they have like a movie theater where they serve you dinner and stuff too. I've never really, I've kind of been iffy on those because like I've seen some horror stories on the internet about cleanliness. but I want to check it out at least once,
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
All right. Rounding out the list, you got Fairview, you got Mayfield, you got Westlake, Medina, Macedonia, Chester, Lakewood, and then Middleburg Heights. A few years ago, Lakewood was the place to go. Shocked to see it drop so far down on this list.
Yeah, honestly, I just don't put so much. I mean, it's interesting. There's a lot of good cities on there. I just don't put a ton of stock into some of these lists, to be honest with you, because sometimes a lot of these write-ups and stuff are from people that are not super educated on the topic. So it's like Lakewood is one of the heartbeats of literally Cleveland, and I don't understand how it wouldn't be. You have tons of music venues, you have a ton of different businesses and stuff out there, and every time I step out in Lakewood, it's popping. So I don't know who wrote the list. I know it was from Cleveland Magazine, but maybe they need to step out to Lakewood a little bit more.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it is ranked on safety too, so I probably more safety environment.
I've never once worried about being safe in Lakewood.
I mean, same here, buddy. Same here.
I've never once worried about being safe in Lakewood. So we could just stop that where it came from. I've never once worried about being in Lakewood. I mean, but there are some good names or cities on here, like you mentioned. I mean, there's some interesting for the reason that you mentioned why they're on here. But that'd be crazy if they're talking about safety in Lakewood. When the last time you were unsafe in Lakewood?
I don't know.
Yeah, come on.
I don't think I've ever been unsafe in Lakewood.
Right. Yeah, it's just crazy. It's an interesting list, though. I'm gonna pull it up one more time. It's interesting. I mean, like you mentioned, Rocky River. I mean, they got a ton of stuff out there. Mitchell's Ice Cream. They got during Christmas time, you can walk around and go check out all the different lights and stuff, and that's pretty cool. I mean, they got some other stuff. They got a good donut shop out there. A few different good donut shops out there. So they got some cool stuff out there. Pepper Pike. I mean, I'm familiar with Pepper Pike. I did Ursuline College, did their play-by-play, so I was out there quite a bit. They got a lot of cool stuff, and it's just a nice area. It's out there by my mom. My mom's out of Mayfield Heights. So it's kind of shocking that they're not on the list. Mayfield Heights pretty cool too, but Pepper Pike nearby, so that's cool.
Mayfield Village, I mean.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Mayfield Village right there at 19. So yeah, I guess close enough. But yeah, Pepper Pike's cool, and then I mean some of these other cities you look at. I mean, pretty interesting. I don't have too many complaints. I don't care that Parma's not on the list. And they have Middleburg Heights, and that's really like Parma essentially. Anyways, Middleburg Heights, you literally drive like 10 minutes down the road. That's Middleburg Heights. So a lot of crossover between Parma Heights, and Middleburg Heights in terms of that. But yeah, they got the rec center out of Middleburg Heights. They got a lot of interesting stuff. That's pretty cool, man. It's pretty cool. But Lakewood. Where's Lakewood on this list?
Lakewood
24?
is 24.
That's absurd, bro. That is literally absurd. Absurd.
Yeah, I agree.
24? Are you like? I don't know. And no, not discrediting whoever wrote this list because that's their opinion and that's whatever they use to base it off of. They based it off of their facts or their opinion or whatever. But Lakewood, that is literally when I used to drink. I don't drink anymore. I still step out and do my thing, and I still have a great time at Lakewood. But if people are looking for like nightlife entertainment or just going on stepping out, literally it's Lakewood. And I'm pulling it up one more time just for fun. I would name Lakewood over almost all of these cities if I want to step out and have a good time.
Let's talk about some that didn't get in. Shaker Heights, Menor.
Yeah, I mean, Menor's is more so known for like high school sports and athletics and stuff like that. I don't think of Menor and want to step out and necessarily do anything crazy in Menor. At least me personally. I mean, I know there's stuff to do out there, but and Shaker Heights is cool too. It's a nice city. And they're definitely reshaping it more and more, and there's a lot of cool stuff coming there. But I don't have any problem with them not being on the list. I just think they're rebuilding in terms of Shaker Heights and what they're doing, and Menor. They just don't have a lot of attractions or things that bring you out. Plus, if we're talking about Cleveland suburbs, Menor's like 30 minutes away from Cleveland. That's damn near Akron. Like, so I can understand why maybe proximity came into play there, where they're like, yeah, Menor, you're like 30 minutes away. All these other places, for the most part, I know Orange might be a little bit of ways out too, but for the most part, a lot of these places are like a hop and a skip away, 10, 15, 20 minutes from Cleveland at most. So maybe if they put proximity in there, but yeah, I'm still baffled by Lakewood. That is absurd, man. That is absurd. I mean, I do a lot. I'm in Lakewood a lot, and that's why I'm so confused because every time I'm there, every venue's packed out, every restaurant's packed out, every business, there's people walking on the streets, especially on the weekend. It's gonna be nice out this weekend. I know it's supposed to rain, I believe, today, but and it looks like it cleared up. It's saying cloudy. It may not rain. So 79 degrees today, 85 degrees high tomorrow. It's It's going to 75% chance of rain on Sunday with 72 degrees. But you're going to have a nice weekend. And I'll tell you this, Lakewood's going to be popping. I don't know why that got me so bothered, but it's like, I just don't, when you make a list like this, you have to like really check the pulse of the people. And that's what really upsets me or grinds my gears, I suppose, is when people write these lists that usually aren't in most of these cities. They're just basing it off of what they're reading online and what they type in, things to do in such and such, things to do in such and such. But it's like, actually step out and do it. And again, I have to find out more, and I'll eat my words if it's somebody that literally is in all of these cities and has been doing this. But I've seen it. I've seen it. I've been, as an artist, I've been on some of these lists, on some of these awards and stuff. And a lot of times you look at some of the other things going on around you and you're just like, well, how did that happen? Right. It took me 7 years, and I'm blessed to get to where I'm at, where I was nominated for Cleveland's Best of Cleveland Scene last year's Best Hip Hop Artist. And you just look at some of the other things going on when I was scrolling through, and again, credit to all the nominees, but I was like, we need a better voting system for some of these things, and we need a better structure for some of these things where we look into actually who is impacting the community, whether it's the cities that are impacting the people or the people that are actually impacting the communities. I just think there's too much of a popularity contest and things like that with these. It's just, let's actually look into who's driving impact. Are you looking for views? Or are you looking for vision? Like, that's what I'm at.
So, I respect it. Much love, man.
Much love.
Got some lighthearted things for you. One of my favorite guys. I love his music. Love his videos on Cleveland and the suburbs of Cleveland. We got some videos of Domingo Kite just talking about Cleveland, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's dive into it. I'm gonna pull myself off the screen. We're gonna put Mr. Domingo Kite on the screen.
Let's do it.
Cleveland. Euclid, the city, not the street. Euclid is the San Diego of the greater Cleveland area. I will not be explaining this take. That's it. That's the video. There's literally no more context I'm going to provide. I don't know why you're still watching. Goodbye. Parma, Ohio, we need to have a talk. You got a place called Sloppy Bob's. Zero Zest Ice Cream? The 6900 Lofts. Do I even need to explain? Are y'all good? Have you tested the water quality over there? This is Cleveland discourse I'm tired of hearing, so stop it! Number one. Oh, that's not Cleveland, that's Parma, that's Menor, that's Rocky River. Do you understand how municipal areas work? Okay, do you understand how cities work? If you look at a big city like Chicago or LA, they're bigger than Cleveland. And they're still Chicago, and they're still LA, regardless of which part of Chicago or LA you're in. And there's different parts of Chicago and LA that have different vibes. Unlike Cleveland, where you can get to them in 20 fucking minutes, in Chicago or LA, that might take you an hour or more. Yeah. So that's a silly point. Now you might not feel like they're Clevelanders, but yeah, they're here. They're here. Next up we got, I still call them the Indians, They're still the Indians to me. Okay, well, they're the Guardians on paper, legally, on the TV, so okay, you're old, you're a boomer, and we don't care. Teams change names. This is a thing that has happened. Hell, the Guardians have changed their names. They were the Cleveland Spiders at one point, what are we doing? What are we doing here? Next on the list is, we need some Cleveland style this. It's they got Detroit style pizza. They got Chicago deep dish. We need a Cleveland style pizza. And it's like, if you have to invent the style for the sake of creating the style, that defeats the whole point of the style, okay? The reason that regional styles exist tends to do with some kind of historic factor for things being made the way that they are. And if you try to artificially generate that, then that completely defeats the point of the style, you dig? All right, final piece of discourse I'm tired of hearing is people who are like, oh, I don't want to go to this venue, or, oh, I don't want to go to a concert. I'm going to get shot. I saw a video from 904L Sound the other day, trying to promote an event at Crowbar, and people in the comments were like, oh, it's on St. Clair. I'm going to get shot at St. Clair. And it's like, bruh. Let's be completely clear. There has been a tragic rash of incidences in the last couple years of people getting shot at events. But the thing is that when you look at the news stories about it, it more often than not is like an Airbnb party and not something that's actually going on at a venue. People seem to have no understanding of how crime works. People are literally just that paranoid that you're going to prevent yourself from enjoying life and socializing and interacting with other members of your community because you think you're just going to get randomly homicided at a music venue. Are we serious? You are more likely to get shot by an intimate partner or a family member than you are if you decide to go see a concert or go dancing. That's all for today. Goodbye.
It's Domingo. Filling out that community chat. So yeah, if you agree with any of Domingo's points, shout them out in the comments. I want to see what your reaction, your thoughts are to Domingo Kite. Shout out Domingo. Check out his music; it's really good. But yeah, when we come back in the second hour, we'll have some new releases to talk about. I'm going to Fat and Hippie today, so I'll be shouting him out too. So stick with us, Inside Edge Morning Show. We'll be right back.
Find us on InsideEdgeNetwork.com for the latest information on your favorite shows, personalities, and network partners. Plus, guess what? We have a merch shop. That's right, we have network polos, t-shirts, champion jackets, hats, and bottles. Rep the network. Every purchase supports independent sports and entertainment media. Use the QR code on your screen right now to check out InsideEdgeNetwork.com. That's InsideEdgeNetwork.com. Clean energy, bold flavors, and no jitters. See why people won't shut up about Dubby. Clean energy, no jitters or crash. Whether you're starting your workday or getting ready to exercise, Dubby Energy helps you lock in and focus. With over 15 flavors to choose from, you can't miss. Order Dubby Energy right now by using the QR code on your screen and use the promo code InsideEdge10 to receive 10% off your order. Dubby Energy, your energy-focused sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Mosser Moments Photography is a husband and wife wedding photography team based in Cleveland, owned and operated by Inside Edge Network's very own Ryan Mosser and his wife, Hallie. For the past 10 years, they've captured more than 100 weddings across Northeast Ohio and beyond, always working together as a true two-person team. Their style centers on authentic, emotional storytelling, documenting the real moments between two people in love and creating images that feel natural, comfortable, and true to the couple. Rooted in Northern Ohio but inspired by their travels, Ryan and Hallie bring a warm, personal approach to every wedding day. Their work blends experience, consistency, and a genuine passion for helping couples relive their best day through timeless photography. Learn more at MosserMomentsPhotography.com by using the QR code on your screen right now. MosserMomentsPhotography.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Whether searching for a baseball autographed by your favorite World Series slugger, a signed football by an iconic Hall of Famer, or the jersey of a world-famous soccer star, you've come to the right place. Here at SportsMemorabilia.com, the web's leading source of authentic sports memorabilia, you'll find more than 500,000 authentic products from nearly every professional sports league, team, and players. Not only will you find your next prized sports possession with ease thanks to superb customer service and tremendous site experience, you'll have the satisfaction and peace of mind that every product listed comes complete with a certificate of authenticity and is fully backed by the SportsMemorabilia.com lifetime authenticity guarantee. Go to SportsMemorabilia.com by using the QR code on your screen right now. SportsMemorabilia.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Podcast Network, Cleveland's digital leader.
Hey everybody, it's me, Papa Moon, your host of Real Talk with Papa Moon on the Inside Edge Network. We just had a real good sit down with my buddy, a good friend, we consider him a family. He told his story, but he's got to run now, so tell him when you're running.
Well, I got to run because I got to get going. I got a show tonight at the Grog Shop. in Cleveland Heights off Euclid Heights Boulevard, and releasing an EP this evening. Will be available on Untitled. If you're not doing anything and you're out in the area, come by and check it out. And it's going to be a great show. And Eli Moon and Papa Moon will be there. So if you guys want to come out and talk to them too, come out and be a part of this community event.
So join us at 5 o'clock on the Inside Edge Network when I talk to Cliche. Love you guys.
Welcome back in Inside Edge Morning Show. Got some programming announcement for you for tonight. We will have Inside Edge Primetime at 10 p.m. Inside Edge World Cup postgame show with myself, AA Anthony Alford, and Eli at 11, and you'll have Midnight Run from 11:30 to 12:30 tonight. Make sure you like and subscribe. It's important. If you like our videos, it gets us seen, it gets us noticed. If you subscribe, it gets you access to everything that we do on the network. We have live shows that we do on the network. Obviously, you have me from 9 to 11 every day, getting you started here on Inside Edge. You have Kyle Cornell with Unfiltered from 5 to 6. Inside Edge Primetime with Eli Moon and Chad Bryan, usually from 10 to 11, and Midnight Run with AA Anthony Alford from 12 to 1. We also have a new show coming on. Autumn Chisholm is doing the Daily Spiral. The Daily Spiral will be from 11 to 12 in between Inside Edge Primetime and Midnight Run. So it'll be fun. She's kind of doing it as like it'll be set up like almost like a old school late night show that you weren't supposed to watch. It'll be really, really, really fun. So stick around with Inside Edge Net. It's all happening here. I love it. Right before we came back, we saw Cliche. He's going to be performing at the Grog Shop. Eli, you want to jump on real quick? Just tell us more about what's going on with Shane.
Yeah, it's Saturday at Grog Shop. It's, as I've been mentioning, it's 7 o'clock at doors, 8 o'clock at the show. Cliche is dropping his EP, his second EP, The Land Volume 2, which is following up on The Land Volume 1. He has openers from Big Ten, Mark Be Easy from La Hele. He has, which is La Hele, the collective I'm a part of. So Mark Be Easy, Big Ten, Gutty Mac. We have Pico the Guy, though. I just have a lot of interesting and very exciting artists. It's just going to be such a fun card. I'm interested. I use the word interesting because it's a very different card. It's going to have a bunch of different vibes, and I'm super excited because Cliche did a great job putting together a lot of great artists on this card. Gutty Mac's phenomenal. Pico the Guy, though, is phenomenal. Mark Be Easy, my guy, my brother, he's phenomenal. Cliche is going to do his thing. He always rocks out. That's my brother. He's going to absolutely rock out with his EP, The Land Volume 2. That's at Grog Shop, 7 o'clock doors. 8 o'clock is the show. Get your tickets ahead of time. You can get a little bit cheaper online at Grog Shop's website, and you can go ahead and get there, early, get there at 7 o'clock. Right now, tickets are at $15. If you buy them at the door, I believe they are at $20. I'm just going to confirm here. Yep, $20 day of the show. If you are under 21, it's an all ages event, but if you are under 21, it'll be $3 extra at the door, so just be prepared for that. But yeah, Cliche. You have DJ Scostradamus DJing. You'll have Polaris also on the card. I'll be hosting this. I'll be my Saturday's best, and we'll rock out and we'll have a good time. I think this is definitely going to be one of the best projects, EPs, albums that comes out of Cleveland and really comes out of the United States. He's been putting a lot of work in, and I'm really proud of my bro. So
that's all good stuff. Check him out if you haven't yet. Cliche, Grog Shop, Saturday night. Do it. Really quick, new release Friday. Want to talk about some things that came out today. Some things dropping. So Engine de Patrine, their vinyl comes out today. Their vinyl. Both of their albums, Volume 1 and Volume 2, come out on vinyl. I talked a little bit about them earlier in the week. They're really cool, man. Look at their aesthetic. It's pure Dadaism. If you don't know what Dadaism is, it's a famous art style that was popular like 100 years ago. They have a great look, man, and you can see in this picture here too, kind of like what they do. It's a 2-man group. They use loop pedals, and the guy there, Click, with his foot, he controls all these pedals, and they're able to loop these sounds and make it feel like a full band. They also use microtonal music. What is microtonal? Microtonal is basically additional frets on the guitar to, have some new interesting sounds. Microtonal music has kind of been used all over the place, but most recently there's kind of been a resurgence, and you have a lot of people out here making custom guitars just to sound like Angie DePatrine. Like I saw a few videos when they were like really getting going and really getting popular around like March, of everybody trying to modify their guitars and add like zip ties to make extra frets instead of having to like completely rip apart their guitars. So really cool stuff. They release both of their albums on vinyl today, June 12th. So I'm going to Fat Hippie Records to go pick those up. Fat Hippie Records is my go-to place to get anything new or anything rare. My friend Zach, he's been doing this for a while now, and he's got quite the collection, especially if you're looking for like underground hip hop. He has, things that you wouldn't even imagine. So check him out. I'll be doing that today at some point, going down to Brookfield, Ohio, just to go get some vinyl. So, and Jean DePatrine, that's what I'm doing today. But some other people, you got Baby Rexa. She's putting out an album, Dirty Blonde, BLXST, Labor of Love. Olivia Rodrigo, you seem pretty sad for a girl so in love. Sublime, yes, the band Sublime. They came back to make their final studio album. It is called Yes Until the Sun Explodes. It drops today, and it features frontman Jacob now. His dad was the original singer, and they had stints with Rome. Rome was a really great fill-in, but actually having Jacob come in and fill his father's shoes is really, really neat. So I will be definitely checking this album out today. Until the Sun Explodes. Like I said, it's been 30 years since the band has released and dropped a full album. I'm so excited for it. So yes, Sublime. And then you have Tori Kelly also releasing God Must Really Love Me. So good stuff. Switching it over to movies now. We have a couple for you. The Invite. The Invite is a comedy directed by Olivia Wilde. It is based on the Spanish film The People Upstairs. So if you've ever seen that, it's a really good one. But yeah, it stars Seth Rogen, Penelope Cruz, and Edward Norton. That one comes out today, and it should be a good one. It released January 24th for Sundance. They premiered it there. It got really good, really good reviews. So, I'm excited for it. Another one that I talked about yesterday, and I really kind of glossed over it, was Disclosure Day. It's a Steven Spielberg movie, another sci-fi movie. And, when it comes to Spielberg, he did Close Encounters. And shoot, man, just the feeling and the epicness of that movie, if you've ever seen the trailer for it, I mean, I used to see it all the time in previews for VHS, And I was always like just wondering like what this movie was. And you know, you had the iconic piano line that they used to talk to the aliens at the end of the movie. It's just the boo doo 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 doo, like iconic Spielberg. So when it comes to sci-fi movies and a UFO film, I am pumped. I am pumped to see what Spielberg can do. He's still got it, man. He's still got it. Recently came out and said that, if the Broccoli's came out and wanted him to do a Bond, he would probably turn them down because they can't afford them. So that's kind of where we're at. You get Emily Blunt, Josh O'Connor, Colin Firth, some really, really great stars here for Disclosure Day. So I'm not going to give anything away. I'm going to let you go into a blind. Disclosure Day. It comes out today. Check it out, Steven Spielberg. All right. Going down here. We're going to take a quick break. When I come back, we're going to have some media chat here. I'm going to go through some of my favorite movies. I'm going to ask Eli what some of his are, and we're just going to go down the list, okay? So we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. Inside Edge Network. Make sure you check us out. Check out our website. That's where you'll find our partners page. We have some great ones for you. We got Fanatics. We got Alley Rose Fragrances. We also have a merch shop. So if you're looking to get some Inside Edge gear, a hat, a shirt, anything like that, InsideEdgeNetwork.com is where you're going to find it. You'll also find profile pages, show pages, more information about us and everything that we do here for you, the fans. So we'll be right back. Inside Edge Morning Show. Stay with us.
Clean energy, bold flavors, and no jitters. See why people won't shut up about Dubby. Clean energy, no jitters or crash. Whether you're starting your workday or getting ready to exercise, Dubby Energy helps you lock in and focus. With over 15 flavors to choose from, you can't miss. Order Dubby Energy right now by using the QR code on your screen and use the promo code InsideEdge10 to receive 10% off your order. Dubby Energy, your energy-focused sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Mosser Moments Photography is a husband and wife wedding photography team based in Cleveland, owned and operated by Inside Edge Network's very own Ryan Mosser and his wife, Hallie. For the past 10 years, they've captured more than 100 weddings across Northeast Ohio and beyond, always working together as a true two-person team. Their style centers on authentic, emotional storytelling, documenting the real moments between two people in love and creating images that feel natural, comfortable, and true to the couple. Rooted in Northern Ohio but inspired by their travels, Ryan and Hallie bring a warm, personal approach to every wedding day. Their work blends experience, consistency, and a genuine passion for helping couples relive their best day through timeless photography. Learn more at MosserMomentsPhotography.com by using the QR code on your screen right now. MosserMomentsPhotography.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Whether searching for a baseball autographed by your favorite World Series slugger, a signed football by an iconic Hall of Famer, or the jersey of a world-famous soccer star, you've come to the right place. Here at SportsMemorabilia.com, the web's leading source of authentic sports memorabilia, you'll find more than 500,000 authentic products from nearly every professional sports league, team, and players. Not only will you find your next prized sports possession with ease thanks to superb customer service and tremendous site experience, you'll have the satisfaction and peace of mind that every product listed comes complete with a certificate of authenticity and is fully backed by the SportsMemorabilia.com lifetime authenticity guarantee. Go to SportsMemorabilia.com by using the QR code on your screen right now. SportsMemorabilia.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Podcast Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Discover our collection of body mists made with clean, minimal ingredients. Handcrafted with natural essential oils and clean ingredients, they offer a natural alternative to synthetic fragrances. Perfect for sensitive skin and those seeking clean, mindful self-care, and the perfect gift for you or your special someone. Courtesy of Alley Rose Fragrances. First-time customers, use that promo code InsideEdge20 to receive 20% off your order. AlleyRoseFragrances.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Awesome Unfiltered today, guys. Talked about a lot with the one and only Jake Underwood. Everything from the Iran situation to Illyria schools and the pay to participate. Make sure you guys check that out. Hey, tomorrow we are going to get into a lot, including a big-time professional golfer getting kicked out of a club. And it is time, the Unfiltered meme of the week. To wrap up your weekend, we're going to have the results, the top 3 from you, the fans, and from the personalities here at Inside Edge Network. All that and more coming up, Unfiltered with Kyle Cornell here on your Friday, 5 p.m. all along the Inside Edge Network.
And we're back. Inside Edge Network morning show. I got a good one for you. We're in media chat. And, we're going to be talking later on Midnight Run with Double A Anthony Alford. 12:30 to 1:30 tonight. We got World Cup coverage and post-game reaction with me and Eli. So we're going to be talking about time travel, right? So I recently watched a film, Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die. It released last year. It stars Sam Rockwell, Haley Lee Richardson, Michael Pena. It follows a man from the future who travels to the past to recruit patrons from a Los Angeles diner to help combat a rogue artificial intelligence. So Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die. It premiered. It was released in the United States in February 2020, or in February 13th, 2026, and it only grossed 9.3 million worldwide against a budget of 20 million. So not a success financially, but when we look at reviews, right, they kind of paint a different picture. So it's got an 8.1 on Rotten Tomatoes and an average rating of 7.1 out of 10. I'm not sure why this movie flopped so bad, box office wise. I thought it was pretty solid. Obviously it had a giant budget. They were probably looking for this to kind of take off. I thought it was well done. I'm a big fan of Groundhog Day. Just the act of like having to repeat the same thing over and over again just to get that solution, and figure out the problem. It intrigues me. I'm a big guy when it comes to time travel. I love Back to the Future. I recently talked about it the other day. So you get some elements of that. You get some elements of Groundhog Day. It's a really fun movie. So if you haven't checked it out yet, if you're afraid to, you just see that poster of Rockwell there. And he's covered in wires and you're like, what the hell is this? But like, it all makes sense. So Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die. I really enjoyed it. So yeah, check it out if you haven't yet. It's a good one. And it'll just tie into what's going on later tonight. So I'll definitely be talking about it more later on with Double A. So check it out. All right. So I have to get Eli back on. Eli, are you available?
Yeah, what's going on?
All right, pal. So I got three movies
Mm-hmm.
that are my favorite of all time.
Okay.
Before I get to it, I want to ask you, what are your top 3 movies?
Oh yeah, you're putting me on the spot here this morning.
On the spot.
Yeah, I'd have to think about it, man. I don't know off the top of my head. I mean, I really not the biggest movie guy. I like The Irishman with Robert De Niro in it a lot.
Oh, The Irishman's a great one, dude.
Yeah, I'd have to think about it, but that's not a question you just throw on somebody in 5 seconds ago to answer. I would definitely say The Irishman though. That would be a good one. Yeah, I mean, I'd have to really think about it. I mean, I'm not like the biggest movie buff as much as you are, but I'd have to think about it. The Irishman for sure. Like I really like that one a lot. Yeah, I'd have to think about it.
Right on, man. All right. So thanks, Eli. We'll let you think on it. We'll let you sleep on it. Maybe we'll come back on Monday and we'll talk about it more. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I wanted to get into some of my top movies of all time. They're my top because, they're mine, right? I don't care about yours. This is subjective. This is my list. If you disagree with me, you can go in the comments. But these are my top 3 movies of all time. I'm going to get you down into Pulp Fiction. Pulp Fiction, released in 1994, an American crime film written and directed by Quentin Tarantino. He basically conceived this story with Roger Avery. It tells 4 intertwining tales of crime, violence in Los Angeles. Stars John Travolta, Samuel L. Jackson, Bruce Willis, Tim Roth, Vig Rhames, and Uma Thurman. The title refers to the pulp magazines and hard-boiled crime novels popular during the mid-20th century, known for their graphic violence and punchy dialogue. So yeah, Pulp Fiction. It's a great one. If you've never seen it, you've been living under a rock. Quentin Tarantino, he's the GOAT. Yeah, he wrote this in 1992 and 1993. Incorporating scenes that, his buddy Avery originally wrote for True Romance in 1993. The plot is out of order. So you kind of have to put pieces together and kind of figure out what's going on. There's a lot of self-referential elements, monologues, casual conversations, with eclectic dialogue and an iconic combination of humor and violence. So yeah, released in 1994. It kind of breaks down in 7 parts, right? You got the prologue in the diner. You have number 2, which is the prelude to Vincent Vega and Marcellus Wallace's wife. Don't talk to Marcellus Wallace's wife. Like straight up, do not do that. That's very dangerous. And then you have the third part where with Vincent Vega and Marcellus Wallace's wife. Yeah, man, do not give her a foot massage. Don't do it. And then you get part 4, you get the prelude to the gold watch, and then you get the gold watch. And then you get the Bonnie situation after that, and the epilogue in the diner. So like we start in the diner, we end in the diner. Gotta love it. But yeah, a lot of cool stuff in here. A lot of memorable quotes. The Department of War, Pete Hegseth recently quoted Pulp Fiction in one of his speeches randomly. So yeah, a very, very culturally impactful film. It's one of my favorites of all time. Like you get John, you get Samuel L. Jackson at their best. Quentin actually makes an appearance. He usually does in a few of his movies, but his appearance in here is really, really solid. I enjoy it every time I watch it. So Pulp Fiction, one of my favorite movies of all time. Moving on to another one, we get back into the sci-fi elements, right? You get Stanley Kubrick's 2001 A Space Odyssey from 1968. So before Star Wars, before Marvel, before, Spielberg, right? You have Stanley Kubrick directing a Space Odyssey. So basically, this takes you through kind of like a what the hell is happening kind of deal, right? You're trying to search and you're trying to figure out what is going on, right? There's a black monolith that appears in a prehistoric time, and then it ends up on the moon in the future, and then they're just finding it on random planets, and they're trying to figure out what's going on. You get this cool spaceship, right? That's powered by HAL 9000 computer. He's got this really cool voice. He's you think he's all right, but the AI kind of goes crazy, and our main lead has to figure out kind of what to do after that, and it's a great one. It holds up to this day. Every time I move into a new house, I throw 2001 on to kind of christen it, and yeah, it's I can put this on whenever. The score, my God, the score, absolutely insane. You get the yeah, that's where that comes from. This movie, bum 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 bum. So good. So yeah, the score is amazing. The writing's amazing. If you want to be set in a different world, a different universe, check it out. It's 2001: A Space Odyssey. Kind of jump started his whole directorial career. So if you've never seen it, check it out. It's one of the best ones ever. Okay, moving right along, we have Singing in the Rain. Singing in the Rain is one of my favorite movies of all time. It was also Michael Jackson's favorite movie of all time. It stars Gene Kelly, Donald O'Connor, and Debbie Reynolds. They kind of go through and examine kind of Hollywood in the 1920s, right? It was made and put out in 1952. It really takes a look on like kind of where under a microscope of where Hollywood was at the time, transitioning from black and white and color, and going from silent to sound in talkies, right? So yeah, you get the star Gene Kelly. He's a famous actor. He's kind of made himself along with Donald O'Connor. Donald O'Connor, great second man to Gene Kelly. Their relationship and bond is really tight, and you can really see that in the film. They make for great partners. So the dance and the musical numbers are fantastic. You got music from Lenny Hayton. For the musical direction, you get Arthur Freed, Nasio Herb Brown, all the greats. So yeah, the budget for this movie was only $2 million, and it grossed $7 million back in the day. So yeah, is a great one. Like I said, Gene Kelly plays Don Lockwood. Donald O'Connor plays Cosmo Brown. Debbie Reynolds plays Kathy Selden. Yeah, you have Jean Hagen as Lena Lamont. Yeah, and actually, Jean did some of the voice work for Debbie Reynolds in this film. So if you go back and you listen to some of the songs at the end, that's actually not Debbie singing. That's actually Jean singing, which is kind of interesting, because if you take a look at the film, it's kind of the opposite, right? You have Kathy doing the singing and the voice acting for Lena Lamont, because she was an old silent film actress, and her voice was just really high pitched and not made for the talkies. So you kind of go through the struggle there, and then you get wrapped up in the love story between good old Don and Kathy, and the iconic scene, when he's out in the rain, He's got the umbrella. You can't get any more Hollywood than Gene Kelly, right? Talking about Donald O'Connor in the production of some of these musical numbers, they were just so taxing, and they had to do so many takes to get it right, and his knees would constantly be bruised up. He was flipping around, doing all these crazy dance numbers. Really exciting, and he really put his body on the line for this film. So check it out. It's a treasure. Singing in the Rain, man. I got the chance to see this film at Blossom a few years ago with the Cleveland Orchestra. It was amazing to have their accompaniment with the film. Sitting out on the lawn, just watching it on a big screen. It's a feeling you can't get anywhere else. So, Blossom and the Cleveland Orchestra do cool stuff like that all the time. They are doing deals as well. So like if you go to Blossom for the Cleveland Orchestra, I'm pretty sure like kids under a certain age are just free to get on the lawn. So check it out. If you've never seen a movie at Blossom, do it, man. I've seen a few of them there. Like they have Star Wars, they have Lord of the Rings. They're always doing stuff. So check Blossom out for that. Support the orchestra. Go listen to some awesome soundtracks that you normally wouldn't hear. In a way that you normally wouldn't hear. Kind of like old school, how they used to do it. Back in the day, they'd have the piano player in the theater, doing all the sounds for the movie live. And, it's really fun. It's really fun. So check it out. That's media chat for today. I want to shout out a couple more things just going on in Cleveland. Eli, you want to pop back on real quick?
Yeah. What's going on?
So we got a lot of stuff coming up here. Obviously, we have Cliche on Saturday. I want to get your thoughts and kind of pick your brain here on some events happening here. Events with Lahele, events with like that you're maybe gonna work or check out or anything like that. Just for like a weekend recap.
Yeah. So as I've been mentioning throughout the week. We have tonight at Grog Shop, Big Hef's Accelerated Wrap-Up program. So Phoenix Vibes and a ton of great artists will be on that card. They'll be performing. That show is at 8:30 tonight. Shows doors open at 8, show at 8:30. The Hef Effect Accelerated Wrap-Up. Phoenix Vibes, my guy, will be performing. We have a ton of different artists that are rocking out and doing their thing. It'll be real cool. That's $10 in advance, $15 the day of show. So today is the day of the show, so $15 tickets. Now they have gone up to $15. $3 at the door if you're under 21. Same thing. Hosted by Big Hef, who's a legend, here in Cleveland and across the Midwest. Music by DJ G Webb. It's just gonna be really cool at Grog Shop. Doors open at 8, show at 8:30. I'm gonna try to step out and see if I can get out there for a minute or so, see Phoenix. And then,
Isn't
of course,
there something else happening at B-Side tonight too? You got Mark Mason, Jason DeMarco, and Chris Lugo too, right?
Yep, let's just get into that there. Yeah, so we have 8 p.m. show there, 7 p.m. doors. Cool thing is you're on your patio, so you can actually bring you bring a dinner, bring whatever, come relax. You can bring outside food in, so you can go ahead, grab some Chipotle, whatever you want to bring in, and have that. Relax in the backyard patio. It's going to be 2 hours of music, drink specials, more is what they're broadcasting here on the B-side. But yeah, Mark Mason, he's awesome. Jason DeMarco, we're working on some shows right now. Get him more on stage as well. And then Chris Lugo is a legend in terms of Cleveland and really what he's doing. And he's doing it at a young age. I believe Chris is like 22, 23 right now. I think he's 23. But I remember when I found out he was 21 a couple of years ago, and I was like, dude, no way. So Chris Lugo, he's doing his thing. He will be on that card tonight. They're promoting his alt country on the patio as part of the B-side summer patio series. So that's Friday. Friday's very busy. And then Saturday, of course, Cliche is EP release show. My bro from Lahele, EP release of The Land Volume 2. Going to be a lot of great stuff. Cliche is going to rock out. Big 10 opening. Mark B. Easy from Lahele opening. Gutty Mac from the Steppers. Pico the Guy, though. A lot of exciting stuff there. That show, doors are at 7, shows at 8. Again, that's $15 tickets. But the day of, they will go up, of course, again. you're looking at $20 at the door if you don't get them ahead of time. So today's your last day to get them $15 in advance. Again, $3 at the door if you're under 21. But yeah, Cliche, I'll be hosting. I'll be my Saturday's Best, rocking out, doing my thing. You have DJ Scott Stradamus, who is working a lot of events. Is creating, his stamp on the sound here in Cleveland. And you got Polaris as well. Polaris is doing his thing. So we'll see a lot of great stuff here. That's Cliche's EP release show, The Land Volume 2. So that'll be Saturday. A lot of exciting shows coming up. I have a show Tuesday that I put together. I'm not on the card, but I do have Not Worth Asking from Beaver Falls, Pennsylvania, coming into Dunlap's Corner Bar on West 32nd Street in Cleveland. And that'll be Not Worth Asking headlining. It'll be Lacey Incandescent on the card as well. It'll be Lacey and Chris Lugo. Won't be the whole band, but I spoke with Lacey, and she's going to be in her and Chris. Chris usually plays keys for Lacey Incandescent, but he's going to play guitar for Lacey. They'll do a little bit more of a stripped down set. And then you have King Grim, more in your face, hip hop and rap, but he'll set the tone as well. He'll be awesome. I love Grim, so I'm excited to see him too. It's been a minute. And then Jetstar, who's really fun. She's just very flowy. She fits almost every lineup you could think of to put her in, and she'll be opening that card as well. So that'll be over at Dunlap's Corner Bar. That'll be on Tuesday. That's June 16th. Tickets are $10. They'll stay at $10 for this event. So you'll be able to get in, go see what's going on there at Dunlap's. That show's a little bit earlier. Doors are at 6. Show's at 6:30. So and we'll be done around 9:30ish at the latest. I'll have an evening show as well at Dunlap's. So if you want to stick around, you can go rock out for their evening event as well. But that'll be Tuesday. A Tuesday night, we'll have it packed out, rocking and rolling. I'll be boogieing back here for prime time, so I will not be for the evening event. I'll be back here for prime time. But early on in the day, Not Worth Asking coming in from Beaver Falls, PA on their tour. Going to be really, really cool to see them. I had a conversation with them the other day. Just super excited to see all the great music. A lot of good stuff going on. They got Larchmere Porch Fest. That's coming on. You got Retro Pharaoh, Gutty Mac, Janari Komet and the Black Jackets are one of the headliners. I know my guy DJ RC3 is going to rock out there and do his thing as well with the Black Jackets. So it'll be really cool. A lot of great stuff going on. I know Zup, in terms of music, just dropped a new song recently, Manifest Summer, which has been picking up a lot of steam. That's been a lot of fun. So I just love Zup. He's a great guy. And he's already done his morning check-in here on the Friday on social media. So he's rocking and rolling. Just a lot of good stuff, man. We got Moonbash coming up next month, July 25th. 58 artists, 4 different stages, 12 p.m. to 12 a.m. Working on some real cool stuff. We'll have the Inside Edge Network represented there at Moonbash. So come out, say hi to all your favorite personalities, say hi to everybody. You'll even get to meet the owner of the network, Peter Tellep. So it'll be awesome. You get to say hi to Double A, the program director, say hi to me. I'll be running all around. Omar will be there, Chad Bryan. Just a ton of the names that you've been getting familiar with since September will be there. I just spoke with Locally Grown yesterday, Jordan and Gerbs. And I was talking to Quasi, who was on that card at Moonbash. I was just confirming with him, hey, man, I'm excited to see you. So we were talking, and he just dropped him and Pico the Guy, though, on a quick pivot. Him and Pico the Guy, though, Quasi, they dropped one of the toughest tapes of the year so far. It's a EP they dropped, and I'm just grabbing the name here because I want to make sure I got it right. Yep. Give me 1 second here. Pico the Guy, though. Yep, here it is. So this EP, and it's out on all streaming platforms. It's called The Truth Hurts. It's with Pico the Guy, though, and Quasi. 4 tracks on there. Cleveland Wars 71, Mariah, Starsky and Hutch, and The Truth Hurts. It's a real smooth listen. Really, really clean. And those guys have created a good soundtrack for the summer that they just, every time they link up, they do a great job. Both those guys, Pico the Guy, though, and Quasi on Moonbash. I was talking to Quasi yesterday. Said, I want to get the girls involved. I want to have them there at the event because they're real big on community just like I am. So let's get them there. They're going to also, on top of the Inside Edge Network, like I said, we have some real big exciting news in terms of like what our broadcast schedule and things will look like for that day. They're going to be walking around as well, grabbing interviews for Locally Grown. So you'll have multiple media outlets there getting coverage. Still working on a few other media outlets. Got some other exciting stuff for Moonbash. In terms of seeing, I won't say it right now because we got to confirm it, but just some other things that you can get done at Moonbash. Like if you're trying to, you got like, hey, I got to step out and do this or step out and do this. Odds are you probably can just do it at Moonbash because I'll have it there for you. Yeah. So got a great kitchen as well at Brothers Lounge. I just talked to my guy Plot, Spaz Plot, who I had on conversations with Eli Moon. He does Plot Pizza, where he does pop-up shop. So I just talked to him the other day, and we confirmed that it is official. We'll have pizza and drinks as well, like waters and pops and things like that for the artists. I understand as an artist that you can get hungry right before you go on stage, or you don't have the time, you're running around and you didn't eat and then you get up on stage. I made that mistake at Golden Child album release show. Great show, but I did not eat anything all day except for like a few fries off of Papa Moon's side of fries, and
good.
I paid for it later. Papa Moon was like, "Did you drink tonight?" And I was like, "I didn't drink tonight, bro. I just haven't ate." And yeah, we had to pull over to the side of the road. I had to let my feel the rain on my skin, I guess, like Natasha Bedingfield. It was not good. But the show was great. So I mean, the fact that I did the whole album, I performed the whole album, 13 songs off that album.
That's tough, man. To do an album straight
on an empty stomach.
On an empty stomach.
On an empty stomach, yeah. I was I realized about 3 songs in, I'm like, oh, I haven't ate today.
Oh no.
Yeah, it wasn't good. But 14 songs I performed on the album. I said 13, I meant 14. Just a lot going on, man. 14 songs on this Golden Child EP or album that I have out. It's available on all streaming, or excuse me, it's available on Untitled, not on all streaming platforms. And the reason being for that is because, and I'm kind of going pivot. I'm going to bring it all the way back to Moonbash here, and then I'm out of here. But the reason I put it on Untitled is because it's so important in streaming platforms right now. I put everything else on all streaming platforms. Let me be clear. If you want to look for my catalog, you can go look Eli Moon up. You can find my catalog. But streaming platforms are paying less than a penny for a stream. I had 450,000 streams in 1 month, and I made about $450, which is just crazy. So, we made the pivot. We wanted to originally, we're like, man, do we give it to we just don't want to do that. So Golden Child, 14 tracks, is available right now on Untitled. Go at the man they call them. You can buy it, you can download it, you don't have to keep paying for it, you don't have to pay a monthly subscription. You have the music. So if you're like, dang, I don't have the money for Spotify this month, I get how it goes. Apple Music, I don't have the money for the subscription, I get how it goes.
Yeah,
so you can,
shit's only getting expensive these days, man.
Yeah, so you pay $10 for Golden Child, you have it locked in, 14 tracks. Just crazy, man. I'm like in such a locked in mode that we're working towards the next projects and everything, but I really, really would advise you go and checking that out. It's a very powerful project for me, for narrator, for us putting that in. But yeah, Moonbash, 58 artists. They're at Brothers Lounge, right there on 11609 Detroit Avenue. It's gonna be awesome. It's in Lakewood or Cleveland, technically Cleveland, but it's right by into Lakewood, so it's in that vicinity. But 58 artists, 4 different stages. InsideEdge Network will be there doing some coverage. Locally Grown will be there doing some coverage. Got a lot of other exciting stuff. And then I'll bring back to it because I'm all over the place. But Plot Pizza with Spaz Ply, he's going to do a pop-up and provide he'll be the artist meal, basically. It'll be pizza by Plot Pizza, so it'll be available for the artist all throughout the day. So you pull up, you have your set at 3 o'clock. You get there at 2 o'clock, you'll go down to where the artists are and you'll grab your pizza. You have a couple slices of pizza and at least hold you over and go from there. So just big on community, big on involving everybody. And yeah, man. Yeah.
Gotta love it, dude. Thank you, Eli. Shout out Lahele. Shout out everybody. Shout out the movement. Shout out everything happening this weekend. Make sure you check out your local venues. Go out there. See what's going on, man. It's all happening in Cleveland. A lot more happening than you think is happening. So yeah. Also, don't forget to check out Shane at the Grog Shop tomorrow night. That'll be a fun one too. Coventry area is always a great place to go and hang out. You get so much in a condensed location, and there's plenty of ample parking. Plenty of things to do and eat. One of my favorite restaurants is down there. It's a Japanese spot. And oh my God, you want to talk about yaki udon? You can get some of the greatest yaki udon in your life from Pacific East. So yeah, if you're ever in Coventry area, go to Pacific East. It's really good food. If you're looking for like an authentic Japanese style restaurant, that's what you're getting there. Like I said, they do ramen. They do all the things that you would typically find in a Japanese restaurant. They do sushi, everything, right? But yeah, my favorite thing, yaki udon. I like the udon noodles. I don't know. It just hits me every time. So yeah, check out Cliche. Check out the Grog Shop. Check out your local venue. Just see what's going on. Get out in the community. Support your local businesses. Be a good human being. That's all you can do. Want to do a quick mental health check-in. If you're struggling, if you're having a bad day, if you're anxious, if you're you feel like life is beating you down. Things are just so expensive. You can't get out and hang out with your friends. You can't do anything. Get out in nature. Go take a walk. Go take a bike ride. Kind of cool off a little bit. Get your head right. If you have a best friend, call your best friend up. Ask him how he's doing. Just check in every once in a while. It's important. These days, we are the most connected we've ever been in human history. Yet us as human beings, I'm not going to speak for the rest of you, but me as a human being, I have felt alone, and like I felt at times that I couldn't reach out to people, but that's not true. You have friends, you have me. So if you're feeling down, if you're ever struggling or you need some help with something, hit me up. Hit Eli up. Hit Double A up. Anybody from the network, we will be happily assist you, and just kind of make, like, we will help you through your struggle. We will. If you need somebody, if you need somebody to talk to, we're here. I know it's hard. Some people don't have friends. Some people, they just choose to be introverts or anything like that. But like, if you're struggling, you need some help with anything, I just mentally got medicated a few months ago, and it's changed my life. I didn't realize how bad I was struggling until I, adjusted, and everything's kind of cleared up for me now. So, get some help. Talk to somebody. Talk to me. Talk to Eli. Talk to Double A. Talk to anybody from the network. Yeah, we'll help you out, man. We'll direct you to where you need to go. And if you need a friend, I'm always here. 9 to 11 every day, Monday through Friday. InsideEdge Network. Make sure you like and subscribe. So liking and subscribing only helps us. Hitting that notification bell gets you into all the live programming that we have here on the network. You get the morning show with me, 9 to 11. You get Kyle Cornell, 5 to 6. He's more local. He does go off sometimes when it comes to the Cavs. It's a touchy subject sometimes, but then you get Inside Edge Prime Time with Eli and Chad Bryan. Their top Tuesday top 5 lists are goated. Some of the chicken sandwiches conversations that you've seen or that I've seen are legendary. So check those guys out. And then you have Midnight Run with Double A Anthony Alford. Unhinged, completely unhinged. Having that guy at midnight, let me tell you, he's becoming a night owl. I love it. Dude, we used to try and get Double A to like stay out past like 8 or 9 sometimes, and like he just couldn't. Like, he was such a morning guy. So it's weird. We're in this alternate reality where I'm doing the morning show and he's at night. You gotta love it, man. Inside Edge Network. I love all the guys here. We're a strong team. We're only getting better. We just added Autumn Chisholm from you'll see her on the network every once in a while with Chrissy Cutie for Jersey Chasers. They've been doing some really great coverage of Love Island recently. So you'll get Autumn and her new show. It's basically going to be like a late night talk show that you're not supposed to watch, So like, I was doing that all the time. I was a big fan of Conan O'Brien. Some of the segments that he had on there were legendary. So some programming things, real quick. Just want to shout out, the Daily Spiral. the Daily Spiral, and that'll be from 11 to 12. So we got prime time from 10 to 11, Daily Spiral from 11 to 12, and Midnight Run from 12 to 1. That's going to be the schedule coming up here shortly. Thank you, Autumn, for joining the network. Always great insights whenever you're on. So I feel really confident with the team that we have, and we're gonna make some magic here on Inside Edge Network. So make sure you like and subscribe. That's the only way you're gonna see us. So yeah, a couple adjustments to tonight's programming. We will have Inside Edge Prime Time at 10 p.m. like normal. We will also have the Inside Edge World Cup post-game show with myself, Double A, and Eli at the 11 o'clock hour. You'll get our reaction to the men's national team as they go up against my bad. Paraguay at 9 p.m. So we'll be watching that. We'll be like I said, we'll be live for it. It'll be fun. It'll be a good time. So check us out. Want to shout out real quick. My mom. All right. I love my mom so much. She's moving up in with me. She's had a day, man. Let me tell you, the struggles of moving can be so daunting sometimes. You'll feel like, everything just kind of went wrong, right? She got an eviction notice basically, and if you're in West Virginia, it's only 5 days. So she had 5 days to get out of her spot, and she rented a truck, and they made her drive all over the place, and she didn't even get the truck. So she had to wait another day, and as soon as she got the truck, it's only her and her girlfriend, so she's trying to move all this stuff. She had to get her neighbors to help her. They ended up getting on the road late, and I just got an update from them just not too long ago. They're hitching the car to the U-Haul, right? And I'm like, Mom, just take it slow. Just drive slow. Just take your time. Stop, rest if you need to. It's only like it's a 6-hour drive from where she was to up here. So, I just told her to take it slow, and I just got a text at the beginning of the show that her trailer hitch detached. So that's gonna be that's gonna be a fun conversation after this show. It's gonna be fun. So yeah, you got to feel for. I mean, moving's hard, man. I've done it a lot in my life. My parents got divorced early on. I had to move around a bunch before my mom got full custody. And yeah, I went to like 3 or 4 different schools. Moved all around Youngstown area. I lived in, Youngstown proper. I lived in Girard. I lived in Liberty, Brookfield, Warren, Cortland, all over the place. So, moving's never fun. Like, I hate moving, man. It's so like when we moved into this place, I had to have Eli help me, come on and, shout out Eli, man, because without him, we would never have gotten this place moved in. I have a back injury, and he took time out of his day because he's a great friend, and he came and helped us move in, and it was amazing. So, I have to help my mom here. I can't really lift much, but I'm hoping and praying that she gets here and she gets here safe. So, terrible thing. You never. Like that's like a nightmare situation. You're moving and you have your car hitched up, and then it just fails. Like, I hope her car's okay, honestly, straight up. So I'm gonna get off here. I'm gonna go talk to my mom because she's probably freaking the fuck out right now. So, um, we'll be back on Monday. We'll give you everything you missed from the weekend. We'll give you World Cup coverage. You'll hear me every day on this network giving you updates. Yeah, exciting stuff. Make sure you tune in tonight, 9 p.m. Oh, thank God. The car is fine. The car is fine. Thank God. So that's good. So yeah, check us out. We'll be back on Monday. Everything you missed. We'll give you World Cup coverage. We'll talk finals, all that jazz. So, I'll see you later. Inside Edge Net Morning Show with Omar Claussell Jr. Have a great weekend.